chime in too, don't worry.
Thank you.
You want my score, I promise.
No, it's okay.
Here's a piano part with that.
Let's start from here. Right now, your bow is faster than your fingers. So we're going to do dotted rhythms, long, short, here to here. Do you know what looping is?
No.
So looping is when you take an isolated problem and you repeat that measure until it's ingrained. And then once you feel like it's ready, switch the dotted rhythm. And so let's start this long, short, long, short.
Separate or slurred?
Slurred. Faster. Detaché. Lower half of the bow. Lower half of the bow. Good. Now you're going to do this exact routine with short, long, short, long. Détaché. No accents, no accents. Lower half of the bow. Good. So this is what I usually do when I find that my bow is faster than my fingers. And so what you want to do here is make it harder than it actually is. So when you finally play as written, it's going to feel easier. So we're going to try getting into that. Play from here back to here, and let's see what happens there. You when you are doing all of your shifting there. So what I always do when I have this kind of problem, I don't actually play this and then play this. I take these two notes and then just do shifts to that. Does that make sense? So in a slur, play these notes as a shift. Do you know what I mean? So shift down from here. Am I making any sense? So from this F sharp, F natural, oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, okay. But it says, oh, that's A string. Can I hear from here? Okay, great. All I would mention here is you just need to save bow. So that means more here. Try it again. That was really good. Okay, let's play from here to here. Stop. So what we're hearing right now is a shift from this note to this note, right? So play from here to here, but when you play this G flat, I want you to have a break, a literal break, even though that'll mess up the rhythmic pattern. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, that sounded better. So you know how it's supposed to sound like there's that space, there's no sound of shifting. So we're going to try it again, adding it together.
Still with the break.
Mm-hmm. That was a lot better, yeah. So all you have to do is make sure that there's a break. I'm gonna put a comma, even though that's not what you're doing. When you read a comma, you're going to internalize it differently. Does that make sense? Because when you see comma, you think space. Let's see. We're gonna skip. I had trouble when I played this part. When I played this, so I'm gonna make you play this one. That's it. Stop. Can you play this in the upper half of the boat, please? Okay, stop. Let's avoid using so much arm and try just using your wrist and fingers. It's okay. It's okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make sure that we have this. And we're going to do accents. So the places I've placed the line, you're going to do an accent there, okay? So we're going to be doing this again. The accent is going to be on the first beat and first, second, and third, okay? Okay, so you understand. Now we're going to move the accent here. Do you see what I'm doing right now? Da 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 da. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Alright. Okay, let's try it a little faster. Stop. Let's try. It will be easier if you do this in the upper half of the bow and stay there. So use less bow. That's very good. Now what do you think I'm going to do next? Yeah, you're going to displace the accent every single time. And when you do this, your brain has to think differently each time. Try it again, upper half of the bow. Okay, now this time when you do the accents, use less bow. Right now you're doing, you do da 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 da. Your accents are using a lot of bow, okay? So use less bow for the accents, but still have an accent. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. Is it possible to be a little more free in your wrist right now?
Yeah.
Okay. A little faster this time? Okay. Is it possible to be in the upper half of the bow? Good. Now we're going to take all of the accents away, okay? We're going to take these away. And we're going to have you... How fast have you played this? Okay, sure. Let's play it as is then. Just a tad bit faster. Less bow. Yeah, I'm still hearing the finger changes. Your second finger is a little slow when you lift your fourth finger. You do da-da-dum, da-da-dum. From here to here, it's not clean. Do you here to here? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So why don't you play this section and this section, and you're gonna loop this, okay, from here to here, and then when you get to this part, instead of going lift one at a time, you're gonna lift all at once. Does that make sense? So not a da-yum, just at the same time. Okay, be very aware of that. There you go. Okay, from here to here. Oh, and then we're gonna move on. Good. Is it possible to be a little bit faster? Because you have the right idea now. Don't forget, there is an actual accent this time, okay? Do you have any hard spots in here, or do you want to just go on to here?
The room's going to there.
Okay, cool. Stop. Okay. Very good energy. I like the sound that you're producing. It feels a little dragging because you're using a lot of bow in your bow changes. For instance, the slurs in this section. Also, I would recommend being in the upper half middle of the bow. So right here, okay? So I like to do this. We're gonna loop this measure. I'd like you to do it in the upper half of the bow, détaché. No slurs or anything. Good. The reason why we're doing this is to focus on your bow, the string classes, okay? Okay, so then we're going to do this again, and we're gonna, what, did you start up bow?
No.
No? Okay, we're gonna do the opposite bowing. So when you practice this, you're gonna deconstruct this phrase. If you start this and you practice it up bow, then practice everything the opposite bowing, okay? So we're gonna do it again, down bow. Good. Can you do everything less bow? Less bow, please. No vibrato, no vibrato. Good, very good. So I'd like to hear just this now, as written. Okay, that was good. I think it would still be easier for you to play if you played in the upper half of the are you told to play? Do you play in the middle half as default, or is that intentional?
Just as default.
Okay, so it's better to choose your bowings if they make something easier or harder. Middle bow is your default, so you're very comfortable with that. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's easiest to play this phrase. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna try this again. Upper half. Is it possible to do this without accents? It's not written with accents. Okay, so what I do when I am playing an accent on the strong beat, which I need to do with my Mendelssohn, is when I play an accent and it has no accent, I displace the accent, which we did before, right? So what you're going to do here is you're going to place the accent here, here, and here. Does that make sense? Okay, you're going to do the bowings as written, but the bowings are displaced. Or, sorry, accents are displaced. Accents does not mean more bow. Can you do the upper half of the bow, please? Okay, I want to mention something that's completely it's not relevant to this. I'm noticing a pulse when you do something with your wrist. It's da, and that may contribute to the accent, possibly, right? We don't know. So why don't we minimize wrist motion? Try using your fingers instead. So your levels are going to just move a little bit, less of this, more of this. Does that make sense? Instead of this. Try from here, same place. Upper half of the bow. Yeah, this is a scherzando. The more relaxed your fingers are, the easier it is to play this phrase, okay? We need to play this block. Right? Okay, so you're gonna have to build a tempo. You're not gonna do this here, but when you practice this phrase at home, practice by line and then by phrase. if you practice by like the beginning of a phrase, then it doesn't help with your memory, right? If you have maybe a memory slip, you're gonna have to play the very beginning of that phrase all over again to get to where you messed up. So I pick really weird spots and I practice from those spots consistently, and then I move to next word. So you can choose to start practicing from there, right? And then you're going to up the tempo. Then I always choose a very inconspicuous spot, right? So normally, if you're going to play this phrase, I'm going to play from there, okay? Practice using random spots, not the beginning of a phrase. That'll help. That's how I find things when someone asks me and I'm playing from memory, because I know where it is, because I've started the practice session from different areas. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try putting it together.
I think we're gonna move on.
Oh, we
So
are?
I wanna
Okay.
catch other people. But I just wanna say something about Esther. She has a very, very good practice ethic, and whatever you do, it works. So listen to her ideas on practicing. You keep a journal, right?
I do. I have a journal for each concerto.
Okay. Any other advice for people practicing?
Oh, for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
When you practice, a lot of the times practicing is something that is a chore that you have to do. You have to, I know you mentioned putting in the time. What makes it so easy for me to practice so much is that's kind of like my time for myself. When you make your experience something that is a treasured time, you're like, man, I can't wait to be alone, away from everyone else. No one is talking to me. There are no people. When you make the situation something that is something enviable, something you're looking forward to, when you're actually in the practice session, you're going to be more active and aware when you practice, if that makes sense. So, like what you're doing.
Okay, good. Let's do